Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome to today's Harmonize to Energize presentation. My name is Terry Matthews. I work here at the Scottsdale office where I, when I can, practice Jin Shin Jyutsu hands-on and also manage the office and teach self-help. So I hope you're all doing very well, and welcome everybody who's new, and we're going to explore today how we can harmonize the major thing that seems to prevent us from flowing harmoniously and having the energy for what we want to do in our life. And we explored that to begin with last week with the self-help mediator, where we talked about how if our left and right sides of our energy field are not brought into our center, we can be out of balance, out of harmony, and that will lead to leakage of energy. And we discovered that there was a very simple flow, which in yoga is known as the tree, which you can do to help yourself reharmonize. And we used this mudra, the thumb over the ring finger, and we placed our right hand on our left shoulder for the left side mediator, and we brought our knees together, and this completed the framework for the mediator flow. So today I want to begin to look at where Mary began looking in her self-help book 1 at the different attitudes and their relationship to the fingers. And Mary often used to say, we have the whole world in our hands. And she wrote a little Fun with Happy Hands book for youngsters as well, to introduce to us the fact that our energy field is connected head to toe, skin to bone, fingers to feet to toes. And we can use particularly our fingers to harmonize all the different attitudes that may affect us during our life, mainly because our thinking processes have got embedded or crystallized in one of 5 attitudes: worry, fear, anger, sadness, and I'll do that a little clearer. Worry on the thumb, fear on the index, anger on the middle, sadness on the ring, and on the little finger. And Mary said in Self-Help Book 3, page 4, for those of you that don't have a copy, feel free to order one. She said on page 4, Jiro Morai said to me over 30 years ago, in time you will know the non-secret secret of the power that is in the awareness and understanding of the thumbs and fingers. All disharmonies, all disharmonies can be harmonized through them. Then on page 27, same book, she said, the thumbs are like leaders in a parade. If the thumb is not in rhythm, then all that follow the leader will get out of step, out of harmony. Thumbs are very important for the harmonious functioning of the whole body. It stands to reason in the sense that physiologically they stand alone from the rest of the fingers. And Mary went on to say, babies who suck their thumbs are already trying to help their imbalances. They need help from their environment. The thumbs not only aid in general daily fatigue, tension, stress release, but they aid digestive functions, head, shoulder, and lungs. And importantly, they aid in harmonizing the attitude of worry. And in Self-Help Book 1, she began on page 10, before she even went into the specific holds, giving you an overview of the projects with your fingers. She called it Project 2. And she said for worry, there are 3 steps or 1 quickie. Guess what the quickie is? Hold your thumb. There are 3 steps given because in the energetic understandings of how we balance energies in our bodies. There are supporters and burdeners and energizers of our different energy functions. So she incorporated that idea in this idea of having 3 steps to help harmonize any of the attitudes, in particular worry, which is what we're going to begin to transform today. So looking at the thumb, the left thumb, and those of you that have been to the Jin Shin office will know that there's a placard or a symbol on a sign that holds the left thumb. The left side of the body encourages an exhale, the right side encourages an inhale. When we're exhaling, we're letting go dirt, dust, and greasy grime. Remember, we're allowing that energy going from our head, through our waist, through our hip, to our toes. Man's best friend to man's best friend. And because most of us are not as good at exhaling or not as practiced at exhaling as we are inhaling, today I'm going to begin working with the left side and the left thumb and the fingers that support the left thumb and the condition of worry. So, as you may already be aware, I like to work within the framework of 36 breaths because 3 and 6 is 9, and the understanding of 9 breaths is bringing us to the end of a cycle and moving us to a new cycle, a new frequency of energy. That's what we want. We want to transform. We want to move our energy from where we are to where we need to be in that moment. So remember in Self-Help Book 2, Mary had a recipe for how we would prepare ourselves. And looking at this page now, for those of you that have it, page 2, remind yourself, relax, be the dropping of the shoulders, bow your head slightly. Remember, that allows more energy to come through our safety energy lock 4, the letter D. And be the smile. And notice she says, be the smile. Don't do the smile, be it. Be do, be do, be do. Not do be, do be, do be. Or the other way around. Be the smile, exhale, unload all your dirt, dust, and greasy grime, all skepticisms, which, by the way, Mary thinks are based in and rooted in fear. Enjoy inhaling, receiving your breath of life. Be the essence within the breath. What's the essence within the breath? It's the light. It's the light that feeds every cell in your body. So let's have fun with happy hands, and we'll begin with the thumb. And I suggest sitting up as straight as you can. If you need back support, by all means. But just find yourself sitting upright, relaxing, dropping those shoulders, allowing the energy to begin to settle into you. And we're going to place our right hand on our left thumb, and you can hold it in the center of your body here, over the pubic area, center 15, or you might want to hold it left side or right side. Either way, find a comfortable position for holding the thumb. And it doesn't have to be a hard grip, just connect. And as you connect, observe how you feel. Notice the textures of that particular thumb, left thumb. And you can even just wrap your right hand fingers and go down the sides of the thumb. Notice, is there any tension there? Is it sore? Gives you some kind of sense of where you're beginning. And when we've done the 36 breaths, you'll test that area again perhaps and see if there's been a change. And maybe if there hasn't, you'll do another 36 breaths or whatever. Because I want to emphasize, as I did in previous presentations, this is an art, and Mary wanted you to be your own testimony. She gave you the palette. You learn to connect to your energy field and understand what you need to do in each specific occasion. Okay, enough already. So remember, as we do the sets of 9 breaths, we pause at the 9th breath and again observe and see what we're feeling, where we're feeling, noticing whether we're still a little tense maybe, or if we were relaxed or even more relaxed. So closing your eyes is always a good idea. Cuts out any interference that may distract you. And if you've got one of these beauties, stun them. And I'm just going to do mine, because we want to be in an uninterrupted state as much as possible so that we can quietly be the observer of who we are, who we be. So closing your eyes, exhale, drop the shoulders and allow the breath to take you down, down, down. Through the waistline, through the hip line, 15 all the way. To the big toe, the 7. As you're holding your left thumb. And then naturally receive the breath. Inhaling, allowing the energy to go back up from the 7 through the 15 to Septinjilok 4. That's one complete breath, one complete exhale, inhale. Now we do this 8 more times, and then we pause. And connect with your own rhythm. I may be slower or faster than you. No matter. Just be with who you are. If you finish before me, fine. Go into that neutral zone, the space, the 9th depth, and just observe. And after the 9th exhalation, inhalation, go into neutral, pause, and just be with the energy that you're experiencing at this moment. And just be the observer. Just observe how that thumb feels, how your body feels. Notice if anything has changed or not. Each of the energy fields in the thumb and fingers connects us head to toe, skin to bone, toe to head. So the next finger we're going to hold is the middle finger. So grab your left middle finger. The reason being here, I believe Mary was helping us unburden the energy field that is helped by the thumb. So we're going to hold the middle finger now, and we're going to exhale again. That dirt, dust, and greasy grime sink down, down, down through our body, through our feet. And inhale cosmic purified energy. And noticing what's happening with our middle finger, if anything. Here we go. And as you reach the 9th exhalation, inhalation, just pause and simply be aware. And for those of you that are familiar with Jin Shin Jyutsu's process, you may or may not have noticed an increase in sensation in your middle finger, like a pulse that you would feel on the radial artery for those that are new. That's a good indication that energy is moving through that particular relative field. And if the energy is moving, the blood's going to follow it. So that's some good circulation. And again, you may move your fingers, thumb up and down the middle finger to see if any sensations are there or not. And then the third finger that Mary introduces to help support the energy that is transformed through the thumb and the attitude that is transformed is the little finger. So the third set of 9 exhalation inhalations will hold our little finger. So let's begin. Exhaling, dropping shoulders. And then as you reach the end of that cycle of 9 again, slip into neutral. Notice how you're feeling, where you're feeling perhaps, different sensations, maybe in the little finger or in different parts of the body. And again, just be aware. Because for the last 9 inhalations, you can be the artist and you can choose if maybe any one of those 3 fingers you held seemed to be asking for a little bit more time. It might have been the thumb, might have been the middle, and it might have been the little. So you can choose one of those. Or if you want to make sure everything's left and right, right and left, you can do our self-help mediator for the last 9. Or if you're just happy with yourself, just give yourself a hug. And for those that are not familiar, the hug has both thumbs just under the shoulder girdle, left and right, and the fingers go into the side of the shoulder blade. And you can say, thank you very much. I'm very grateful. So whatever you choose, let's do this last set of 9 and just allow the energy to guide you where it needs to be. Let's begin. Exhaling. Inhaling. And then as you reach the 9th exhale, inhale again, just pause and slip into that space, that no thing, and just be the observer. The space is where the transformation will take place, where our mind has stepped out of the equation and our heart is in the driving seat. Jin Shin Jyutsu is an art of compassion. Self-help is a way of showing ourselves compassion. And by the way, when we practice this in a room with other people, they will feel something too. So it extends from our giving ourselves compassion to sharing our compassion with others. And we begin to become more grateful for what we receive in that cosmic purified moment, in that cosmic purified energy. I worked with the left thumb. You can work with the right thumb. I worked with the left middle and left little. Again, right middle, right little. How would you know which way to go? Left always encourages an exhale. So if you have a sense that maybe you're holding on too much, you can work that out as soon as you sit down and hold your thumb. The thumb helps the lungs. You'll get a sense, am I holding here or not? Choose that maybe. Or maybe you're giving out and not receiving enough. Well, then choose that. Or, like I said during the practice, hold. Go to the side of the thumb. Ooh. Maybe I need to start with the left. So, whoops. Oh, that was fun. You are the artist. You've got the palette. Work with it. And remember, this harmonizing of energy of the thumb is going to deal with transformation on many levels, but on the attitude level is where most of our blockages begin. And the thumb, even by itself, will begin to help you harmonize worry. And remember, Self-Help Book 3, if the thumb is out of harmony, everything else is out of harmony. Thumb is the leader of the pack. So this might be a practice that you will just experiment with and maybe stay with for days, weeks. Who knows? Follow the guidance of the energy, the pulses as they move through the fingers. Be the observer. Be the smile. Allow. Surrender. And have an attitude of gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you for all coming to share today from wherever you are. I appreciate these challenging times. Give a lot more time for people to practice this. So make use of that time if you can, and even share it with others. Tell them about programs like this, or show them, hey, you're really worried and concerned? I don't want to give you anything woo-woo and wacky, but if you just learn to breathe out and hold your thumb, maybe you've moved yourself into a space of being in the moment rather than projecting into the future and remembering the past, where maybe things didn't always seem so harmonious. So have a good rest of the week, and thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing in today's presentation. And if you want to practice for play, homework, home play, it's the thumb this week with the middle and the little finger. And Self-Help Book 1 will give you the guidance if you need that. And when I get the slides to work in my favor, there'll be some slides. So thank you again. I appreciate you, and thank you for letting me share. Au revoir.